Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is Arcanic Esports Finals #2. And it's time for the first game of the evening. It's time for Erangel, and here we go. I'm so much excited. How much excited are you? Please let me know in the comment section in the live chat. Flight path is here, ladies and gentlemen, initiating from the southern regions of Lipovka, finishing off towards the southern regions of Primorsk. I'm Saita, and I'll be serving you all as a caster. I hope it all goes well. Well, the flight path is favoring the southern regions of Erangel map and the eastern regions as well. The first circuit completely favoring the eastern regions. So yeah, it will be the eastern region oriented game for now. If we talk about team outsiders, where are they going? Well, team 13, that is team 15, that is Fallen Ruthless. Team FR, they're heading towards Primorsk regions. Right above them, it's going to be team 14, that is team Assassin Crime. Shakit gets knocked out. What's happening there? FR is losing a player. QRX Kerry flushes him out immediately with the dagger. So that was a fight fought with a dagger with lack of resources. Team BLK, Team Blackout, trying to secure a vehicle for them. Crazy gets knocked out by Mike Hawk. And again, that dagger fight coming up. Crazy is so much low. Just one bullet connection will be easy there. Blackout Esports might come back here to take revenge from Team Next Esports because they faced a casualty right in the initial stages and the teammate getting eliminated by the dagger. That's a huge disgust. And yep, this fight will happen. Team FR losing Shakit right in the initial stages. That's a heartbreak too. So not really a good start for Team FR coming in from this game. But I guess Kindy scoring up upon that garage. Who is he waiting for? Alpha will be taken down. Uday and Sap right in the initial stages. They are fighting too. And where are they? Usually Uday and Sap, they drop on the farm strip. And the flight path was favoring farm strip. But I don't know why Uday and Sap headed towards the outer skirts of Primorsk, the outer skirts of Quarry. And that was not a great decision for them because they'll be facing a casualty for now. SCP Axel securing that elimination. And maybe SCP Esports gave that casualty to Uday and Sap. And right now, these players are hugely separated because if you take a look at Capo, he is in the outer skirts of Yasnaya Polyana, and even he is not heading to his safe zone, so he's not retreating. Maybe he's trying to fight Team Alep Esports, but that's not a good decision. I mean, if fighting Alep Esports in Yasnaya Polyana, that's like digging your own grave because their accuracy of winning fights at Yasnaya Polyana are so much high. But Team Blackout, I guess they faced another casualty. What's happening there? Just one elimination right now. Team NXT has. So Blackout, maybe in the initial stages they faced that casualty. Crazy is out of this game. We saw that happening. Amrit Bolte gets knocked down and Axel is absolutely unstoppable. He is just going after Team Rain Sab, but here comes in the revenge. And Team SCP, they're down to 2 now. So that was an unexpected slamming on Axel. Maybe Uday Sab, they know that there's just one player around them, so they can just try to take him down. So good piece of work there by Uday Sab. They had all the information and did a pretty good job. So this is how you take revenge. This is how you bounce back. And Uday and Sap now, they are off the mark too. Capo, I'm not able to understand why is he so much away from his teammate. KV1, he's in Quarry. Capo is inside the circle. Maybe that was a blunder while dropping by Team SCP. Usually they must be going towards where Capo is right now. Towards the region where Capo is right now. Yep, they must be going there. But since there was a blunder while dropping, they couldn't do that. Mr. Tog knocking down Jerry. And that fight will be coming in from Pachinki regions. It's Team Homies with Drak, HWD. They're taking on Team 17. Last X Village, Alex versus HWD. Cherry is knocked out. We saw that happening. Akem. Well, he was trying to cut off that closing of Team HWD because he had an off-gun angle but couldn't do so. So maybe he dealt enough amount of damage but wasn't able to knock down his opponent. Limo, LM10 might get knocked out because of the grenade. That was a close call. But LM10 pulls a grenade too. And maybe now Akem might get knocked out. That didn't happen. Akem pulls another grenade, by the way. But LM10 just sneaks back. And he'll heal himself. Mr. Tog. While Akem closing in or while GR closing in, can he knock him out? Can he get a chance there? Cherry's out of this game. HWD Esports getting their first elimination from this game. And Mr. Tug now, he dealt that pre-fire. So Akem and Dia, they know that there is a player right in their line of houses. So maybe Tiara and Akim will step forward and square up and start squaring up upon Mr. Tux because he is much more closer. And those grenade might find connection on Mr. Tux. And even 7A Max, he has pretty much good information about Mr. Tug. But he is right now being bothered by those grenades. He cannot do much here. He goes for that spray. Uh-oh! 7A Max gets knocked out. Mr. Tug with his brilliant presence of mind. And through that gap, he knocked out 7A Max. And 7A Max overcommitting there. He could have just sneaked out of that gallery. He didn't do that. He waited there, tried to retaliate. But things didn't happen. QRX Esports on the other end, ladies and gentlemen. They're out of this game. And they were fighting Team 19. And that was a close call for Team 19 too. They faced a casualty. They could have faced two. But it's a great thing that that thing didn't happen. They didn't face two casualties. Just one casualty will be faced by their side. NXT Esports reaching 70. This is a, huge surprise because they were deep inside the circle. ASC Shade on the other end gets knocked out. That's maybe Team GOAT. Timora with that opening created. And Timor seeing eyes. Right now they're in a miserable state. Will Shade get that revival or Imora is going to create another opening here? KV1, K6 will be taken down and just one player now remaining. For SCP Esports, not that great of a start coming in for SCP Esports. And now what will be their strategy? Because just one player is remaining. And there wasn't that much amount of coordination between the players of SCP Esports. So maybe now they'll feel the urge to play passive and get as much as placement points as you can. This Sunday Funday, ladies and gentlemen. Winner takes it all. So maybe players a bit in a fun mode. That could happen. That could happen. You never know. Frank Knight gets knocked out. So Team 14, are they in a hurry now? Assassin Crime, Team AC. Chris might get knocked out. The grenade going right his way. He's so much low there. Imora didn't cook that grenade well. Frank Knight gets the revival. And all seeing eyes, they're gradually closing in. So they're not stepping back, though one of their players got knocked out. But they're not scared of Team 14. That is Team Assassin Crime. GC Gerasimos on the other end will be flushed out. And that's Team GC with a miserable start. Uh-oh, they're about to get eliminated from this game. Smoker is the last man standing. And Team NXT seems like they're searching their opponents and they're eliminating them one by one. Because Team GC, they were right at the center of the map and then heading towards 70 right on the edge. I don't know why they did that, but their strategies were pretty much clear there because they wanted to maybe eliminate Team GC. So they were seeking Team GC. They found them. And they'll be eliminating them from this game. NXT Esports with an explosive start. 5 eliminations. Till now it has been a great flow for Team NXT. No mistakes they've made. Second circle has been initiated, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. It's a northwestern shoot by the circle. Chris gets knocked out again. So all seeing eyes. This is probably the third time one of their players get knocked out while you're closing in. Shunt. Shutting down Chris. And was that a third party by Out Team? I think so. Team Outsiders, yep. They did that third party, so maybe Team AC. They didn't get that frag. Outsiders Crime, did they? Did they get that point? They didn't. So yeah, that was a third party and all seeing guys. All of a sudden, they are the center of attraction. They are being overwhelmed here. But still, they are not giving up. Still, they want to eliminate the closest threat present next to them. What about Pachinki? Did HWD compromise? 2 eliminations they have. Maybe they won't pull this fight like a rubber band. They're rotating right now. Just one vehicle they are using for rotation, which is a big red flag, as we all know. But they are lacking with options. There's nothing they can do about it. Team 17, that is Team Last X Village. LXV. Well, they are still in Pachinki and they are getting late. Vehicles is maybe a problem in this game. There are not much vehicles in this map, and that's the reason why a lot of teams they don't have good amount of vehicles. And just now we saw Team 18 moving with just one vehicle, so that is trash in my opinion. Meanwhile, Team 19, TMST Esports, near shelter areas they're present and playing very much passively. Well, they've got an explosive start from this game, so I don't think there is a need to play aggressively for now till the third circle or the fourth circle initiates. But I mean, they're open for fights here. They're waiting for their opponents to completely close in, and if their opponents take the initiative and poke them to initiate a fight, I don't think they will step down either. Team ASC, they've been desperately trying to make those initiatives just to initiate that fight against Team Assassin Crime. But all of a sudden, outsiders holding ASC by their necks, giving them a casualty, and eliminating Chris, who is such a valuable player from ASC's perspective. And he was taking the initiative. He was the guy standing front, right in the front. And he's the entry fragger now. He's out, so ASC is on back foot. Kind of their play has slowed down. And not much enthusiastic they are looking right now. Just passively they are playing. Circle number 3 has been initiated, ladies and gentlemen. And circle 3 moves for a sudden shift. Killer crew, one of the players have been knocked out. That's a rotational error. And no need to worry, because maybe the revival will be provided. Right now, Team BLK closing in 2, so it might turn into a fatal 4-way fight or a triple threat fight. Neon, by the way, finishing tier, and another casualty faced by Team LX. So just one player remaining, but it's just about time. If Neon spots the player of Team KK right in the open, he will... Neon will be taken down by ABZ, but the help will be immediately arrived. Reflect's trying to give as much as go as he can, but Reflect gets knocked out as well. Crazy eliminated the close range threat that was ABZ. And will Crazy be able to sneak out of this location? Yes, he will be able to, and not even caring about the opening he has created, not even focusing on the elimination point. He just want to survive and save his teammate. This is a really good strategy. A really good decision made by Crazy. A very mature decision in my opinion, because at this point there would have been a lot of players who must have tried to confirm that frag. But Crazy didn't do that. But switches the seat again this time. Takes shots on Pesa. Crazy hasn't completely fallen back or retreated towards the safe zone. He's trying to heal himself and he's trying to make the situation as manageable as he can make. Falling back completely, I mean, it's not a worthy decision. That's why Crazy, he's still looking for opportunities. Third cycle has been initiated. And as we saw, it was a sudden shift. Team Killer Crew almost fumbled on the western edge, but they'll be facing no casualty here, and in return they'll be getting 2 eliminations. That was a close call. ABZ could have got taken down there, but well, luck is favoring them, and that's what you need. SOG takes on Team HWD. That will be entertaining fine, but since Mahakal is the last player surviving, I think it will be an easy elimination coming in for Team HWT. Viper 7 closes in, putting in the final nail on the coffin. Yeah. SOG, 3 eliminations. Mahakal got eliminated because of the blue zone. That is disgusting. That is sad. He could have gotten 2 points here, but just getting 1 instead. And Mahakal got eliminated because of the blue zone. So HWD, they're out. They're eliminated on 15 position. First game, not that great. It's absolutely fine. After this, we'll be heading towards Miramar. And usually those school teams, they dominate in Miramar, so you never know. There might be a lot of teams who might show up. Aussie guys, they are fighting Team AC. And now Shade will be taken down. Assassin Crime, they're not in a hurry. They're maintaining patience. Oh my goodness, another third party happening on ASC. Some other team has given them that casualty, but Crazy getting knocked out by that crazy grenade. And Logic, he's stepping up to get this thing done and finish Crazy. Imora wouldn't let that happen. Crazy is in a wide open area. But what if Eglip Esports gets their eyes on Logic? So that will be another third party, and 3 casualties will be faced by all-seeing eyes just because of third parties. That would be so much frustrating for them, but they can't do anything. And they've taken so much time just to carry forward this fight. They could have ended this fight very early, but I think they took so much time, and that's why they drew a lot of attention of opponents towards them, and that's the reason why so many third parties happened. From 2 different teams, eliminating the 2 crucial players, 2 frontline assaulters. Frag9, Logic will be the duo surviving, and there are not many options ASE has. So probably now grabbing vehicles and heading towards the circle would be the best option, because Stage 4 has just initiated and it's a centralized shift. Prison is deep inside the circle, but I don't think circle is going to favor Prison. The upcoming shifts we might see some northern heart shifts by the circle in the upcoming phase. So there are a lot of chances that circle might ditch Prison, and teams know that. Only Cape is the man who has stepped inside Prison since he's all alone. ABZ gets knocked out. Killer Crew versus Team Udain Sap happening. Now it's a 3v3 fight. It was a 4v3, but Udain Sap, after that opening created, numbers factor have been made even by Team Udain Sap. Well, they gotta take things in their hands. Scar finishing ABZ immediately. Failure will be spotted from the back end areas, and that's Team FR dealing those top shots. Scar gets knocked out. Team Killer Crew, they're doing a fantabulous job in close range. Scar gets knocked out because of that grenade, and did the flush come in immediately. Now Scar is still knocked out. Umbrid Bolting goes for the tracing, and Umbrid gets knocked out too. Within a fraction of a second, Team Udain Sap, they were eliminated from this game on 13th position. Killer Crew taking such a great revenge from Team Udain Sap. That was phenomenal. And on 12th position, Udain Sap gets eliminated. Well, Team NXT got eliminated on 12th position. Maybe Udain Sap got eliminated on 13th or 14th position. I'm not sure. Alep Esports, while rotating, even they lost a player. This kind of circle has formed. It's so much difficult to make your way towards the circle. But outsiders, they're fighting Team 21. That is Team Yukimirion. Paki trying to make situation manageable. Creates a opening, gets knocked out because of the grenade. Shunt trying to heal himself and succeeds. Legend well pulls that grenade. And how many players are there in front of him? I guess Team 21, they are eliminated from this game. Yup. Team 21 is out. Yukimirian has been eliminated, but Killer Crew, have they closed in? I guess Yukimirian got eliminated because of the third party, and outsiders, they don't know that. But those third party shots coming in, that was Victoria finishing Lilith. Legend gets knocked out. Alep Esports, can you go for that slamming? Because this is the place which you would want to secure for yourself. His circle is pretty much close, and that's a good cover. And Alep Esports, they're out of the circle as well, but they're still... Uh-oh, another opening has been created. Now that slam should come in. Now, Alep Esports, you have to step up. You cannot just wait now. Vehicles needs to go in. Vehicles need to go in. Alep Esports might finish this fight with grenades, utilities. Victoria is stepping up for grenades. Victoria has. And she must put an end to this fight as soon as possible. Well, the grenade finishing Team Outsiders. That's the end. Alep Esports securing the edge of the circle. 4 eliminations contributed by Alep Victoria, all by her side. 100% contribution in terms of finishes. AC, are they out? Well, Team FR, are they going after Team Killer Crew? 3v3 fight, will that be? That will be. And yeah, Killer Crew, if they move a bit further, maybe they'll meet Team FR. They've already seen that smoke, but maybe Team FR, they're trying to eliminate SOG Termi. He's the last player. And Kuz G4R, he pulls the grenade. And Kuz might seal the deal. Termi gets low, and yep. RV Ciano puts an end to SOG. They get eliminated on 7th position. 6 teams and 14 players are now alive. But there are higher probabilities of Team 19, Campus Esports, winning this game. Kendi knocks down Maxtro of Alep. Alep Esports now, all of a sudden, they are being overwhelmed. Havoc in close range is unstoppable. Takes down a player. Vito is the last player surviving. And can he block the players of Team 19 while they are closing in? Richo will be seen. Those random shots are being connected right inside the smoke, and Richo is nervous. His heart right in his mouth. Oh, Havoc with that grenade. Eliminates Richo. BLK Esports doing nothing but making their way to the top 5. That's great. SCP Esports as well. Killer Crew. They're having a height advantage here. 6 elims. That's a really good way to start the grand finals, and they still have their 3 players alive, but Kazi gets knocked out, and it's a chaotic situation. Pesa is a bit behind. Failure has to do the job in close range. Switches onto that pump shotgun, but he fails. Pesa, last player surviving. 1v1 against Kindi. Switches onto the S12K, makes a shot connection, but Kindi using that AUG really well. Kindi finds cover, and Pesa will be eliminated because of the blue zone. KKR, they are out. Killer Crew gets eliminated on 5th position. SCP Esports having the solo player into this game. Team FR2. So as I said, TMST Esports has the most probability of winning this game. And yep, they are about to win this game. TMST Esports securing a winner chicken dinner right in the first game of the finals. That will be an explosive start they'd get. Maka finishing off Kindi. Team FR, they're eliminated on 4th position. So, TMST Esports, now they gotta find these 2 players as soon as possible. Crazy has to move towards the circus, so it's just a matter of time, just 35 seconds. Crazy will get to rest here, and after that, he will have to step in the real world. That's gonna be an end for him. Capo just underneath that rock, and who must have thought that Team SCP would end up getting #3 or #2 for them from this Wrangle game, because they faced casualties right in the initial stage. Capo is ready, by the way. Oh, wow. Crazy doing a fabulous job knocking down one of the players of Team Tempest. Confirmation is quite difficult, but yeah. JO4 pop is low, and he's bleeding out quickly. Mecha spots Crazy. And it would be stupid if BLK Esports Crazy gives his frag to Team TMST. That would be, I mean, a free gift. So I think he should not do that. Tempest bleeds out because of the blue zone. Crazy will be taken down. There was not much left for him. But Capo, the solo player, can he go for that winner chicken? When he pulls a grenade, he has a low ground disadvantage. He got the DBS, but won't do the job well. It is all over. Winner chicken dinner coming in from TMST Esports. And if we take a look at the finishes, eliminations, 11, 10 points of winner chicken dinner. So 21 points from the first game, taking themselves right to the top of the table. All the people watching right now, it's a humble request to hit that like button and the subscribe button. And you guys can have a really good chat in the live chat. I mean, I will surely reply your comments if they are, if they are exciting and entertaining. I'll reply to those comments for sure. And yeah, you guys can start a debate in the live chat too. What's your take on the teams, how they should play? You can give your suggestions, your opinions. We are open for that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to take a short break, and we'll be right back with match number 2. It's going to be Miramar. And till then, you all guys know what you have to do. You have to like the stream, and you have to subscribe our channel. We'll be right back. Oh, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Arcanic Esports Finals Hashtag 2, and here we go. It's time for Miramar. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is match number 2. Flight path initiates from Puerto Paraiso, finishes off towards El Pozo. And what is this? All the teams, they want to secure Puerto Paraiso. For them, the first circle has been initiated too, so not that big of a trouble the first circle is. But the trouble is your opponents. Present right here at Puerto Paraiso, and I can see almost 6 teams. 6? Am I counting it right? I could be wrong, by the way. 1, 2... 3, 4, 5 teams right now present at Puerto Paraiso. This place is an absolute mess. And who's gonna get out of here? So Killer Crew right in the outer skirts. Right behind them is Team SOG. Urain Sap holding the southern regions of Puerto Paraiso. Killer Crew seems like they're in the central regions of Puerto Paraiso in a sandwich situation there. Pesa heading behind. HWD, they are in the northern regions. And that's Team BLK, who's pretty much close to Team SWT. So, Reflect versus Criminal might happen. Markal, he's right in the middle. And on the other end, Team FR, they are initiating fights. So we expected that we might see huge blood from Puerto Paraiso. But all of a sudden, a fight is happening in San Martin. And NXT Esports didn't have a really great start. But 3 eliminations for them. We is knocked out. We'll surely get that revival. But FR, if shows up before, then maybe that revival won't happen there. SCP Esports in the last game. The solo player was surviving, and the solo player managed to secure hashtag 2. But in this game, SCP, they're eliminated right in the initial stages. My cock. In a 1v1 fight, and Team FR, they've started to breach that building too. And how is my cock now going to survive? Well, it's a 1v1 fight, and maybe my cock should try to get ICU down. Because it's a 1v1 for now, and if the whole team of FR shows up here, then it's probably game over. It will be a 1v4 fight, it will be difficult. So do the easy job rather than doing the difficult one. Team FR getting 2 eliminations, Team NXT getting 2. Team NXT got 2 or 3, that's the question. Well, I guess NXT got 3 eliminations. They took down 3 players of Team SCP, FR giving a casualty to NXT and SCP as well. Neon gets knocked out. BLKs was there on. And right now on the negative side of the finish feed, that means they are struggling here at Puerto Paraiso. Kazi gets knocked out. Killer Crew. Last game was pretty much good for them. They couldn't get that winner chicken dinner. Pesa is the last player surviving. And they're about to get eliminated from this game. Kazi is flushed out. BLK Esports, Neon is out of this game. Team GC, they are taking on Team 7. Oh, wow! Throne gets knocked out. That was a fantabulous cover. Coming in by Frost, maybe? Who was that? That was Zaivu with that phenomenal cover. And Team GC, now only 3 players from their side will participate in this fight. Hades knocking down Crazy of BLK Esports. There are 2 Crazies playing in BLK Esports, but I mean, they're fading really very fast. Team GC, they've created an opening as well, so they'll be buying enough time for themselves. Will they be able to start that revival process? Are they going to lose their player? One of the players of Team SWT was knocked out too. That was Hades maybe, and he will be flushed out. So BLK Esports will be getting their first elimination. Criminal steps up. 1v1 against Reflect. Takes the peak by Reflect there. What a way to start. He has the advantage here, and he better don't miss. Reflect a bit nervous maybe. On the other end, Crazy finishing up Mahakal. All the players fighting their individual wars, the individual 1v1s. And nobody is able to give cover to anybody. Criminal and LM10, both these players are so much separated. Rain Sap, they'll step forward to go for the third party. And Alpha is the only player who I can see. Has Rain Sap faced casualties? Not yet, but it will be better if the whole team participates in fights. Reflect takes down another one. LM10 now officially the last man standing for SWG. Is he going to run for his life? Because this will be back-to-back 2 sad games coming up for HWD. LM10 steps up in open areas. Crazy with a miserable spray. Alpha knocking down Reflect. So BLK Esports, they won't be spared anymore in Puerto Paraíso. And Uday and Sap, this is their primary drop location. They dominate in Puerto Paraíso. So just like you cannot take down ALP Esports in Yasnaya Poliana, similarly you cannot get your hands on Uday and Sap in Puerto Paraíso. LM10 still safe he is. Throne knocking down Shelby. So Team GC, they will keep on retaliating. And Throne gets that revival, by the way. But now it's chaotic. Because it's close range fights. The smokes will be deployed. And really it becomes very much chaotic when smoke becomes a part of close range fights. So you have to completely trust your instinct. Your sound must be really great if you want to make connections through the smoke. Frost just going for that blind pre-fire. And he knows that he won't be able to find connections well there. So he got to protect himself and create pressure on his opponents. But now, Team GC, they've started to step up. Amrit on the other end gets knocked out. Frost, how many players he will be able to knock out? 0. And Zaibu is so much separated. He's the last player surviving. Team GC doing a phenomenal job. Giving 3 casualties to Team 134. And they're about to get eliminated from this game. But BLK Esports, right now, the situation becomes manageable for them. One of the players of Uday and Sap got knocked out. But they don't need to worry. The revival will be provided. LM10 is still surviving, by the way. But Crazy, he was so much low. Alpha, this time won't spare. The flush comes in immediately. And BLK Esports, they're down to 2. They're down to 2, and they don't know the exact locations of the players of Team Uday and Sap. And the main problem here is Blue Zone and lack of healings. They don't even have bandages. So this is everything they got. Two-Face knocking down Reflect. Crazy is the last man standing. BLK Esports has fallen on their face. And Uday and Sap, as usual, they're dominating in Puerto Paraíso. This is nothing new. This is the most of the time story we see in case of Team Uday and Sap. Crazy knocks down Scar. That's a great way to start. Heads back, reloads. And now 1v1 against Alpha. Alpha is lacking with his HP too. Does Crazy know that? Will he step out and flush out a player? Oh! Crazy got confused there. And Alpha taking advantage of the situation. 7 elims coming in. SWG, are they eliminated from this game too? We'll need to find it out. And yes. So Uday and Sap clearing out Puerto Paraíso. And look at that. How many eliminations they'll get out of it. This was a war. And yeah. I mean, hats off to Uday and Sap. How did they manage to tackle so many teams at the same time? 7 elims, losing no player. That's the most important thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Team Modern. That was Team 1, 3, 4, 2, something like that. It was a really mathematical name. 1, 3, 4 Esports. Well, they're out of this game. They're eliminated on 16th position. 15 teams and a total of 50 players are now alive. Circle moves for a sudden shift. Fight is happening maybe between ALP Esports and Team NXT. That's a rotational clash. Milk is being chased by the players of ALP Esports. Maybe he'll need to stop here in this compound because he cannot continue his ride. The vehicle is about to burst off. And yes, careless driving, panicking there. Milk will get knocked out. Nobody's gonna forgive him there for the mistake he has made while driving. The better decision would have been just to wait in that compound and buy some time. The teammates were in the nearby areas. I don't know if there was any communication between players or not. But NXT Esports now, they gotta deal with this. And we with that spray. Vito! He stepped out of the vehicle, I don't know why. And Vito gets knocked out. My cock isn't done yet. Now the flush will come in. It's a fight turned into 2v3. ALP Esports had a humongous advantage. But NXT Esports it is, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot keep them down. Akim gets taken down. Team 17, they're eliminated on 15 position. Again, a poor performance by their side. And now they're completely relying on Rondo. "14 teams, 45 players. Centralized shift by the circle, as we saw. Well, that was a southern shift, ladies and gentlemen. But QRX now, they are heading towards Puerto Paraíso. Maybe they want to take on against Timurain Sap. And Timurain Sap almost has looted the entire Puerto Paraíso. And still they are struggling with healings. That is such a, surprising thing. I cannot believe that they have no healings right now. And QRX, they just took a U-turn. QRX was the team who got eliminated first in the last game. And we all know why they've taken a U-turn here. They don't want to get eliminated on 14th position. So they know who stands strong at Puerto Paraíso. And these teams have competed against each other for a very long time. So QRX knows who loses at Puerto Paraíso. So QRX just smartly stepping down for now. And this is not any compromisation with ego or strength. This is just smartness. You fight where you have the most advantage. And clearly, Udain Sap, they have huge amount of experience of Puerto Paraíso. So fighting Udain Sap in their home in Puerto Paraíso, that would be, too much risky. So that's why QRX, they stepped back. They were expecting Puerto Paraíso to be vacant. But as soon as they heard those shots, they immediately sensed it was Udain Sap. So they are retreating towards the safe areas. 2,000 meters they're away from the circuit because stage 3 has initiated. It's a southwestern shift by the circle. Partona, it's deep inside the circle for now. One of the players of Udain Sap has been knocked out. And that's the Blue Zone story, ladies and gentlemen. Alpha doesn't have much healings. Alpha will get knocked out. And yeah, only Blue Zone was able to stop Team Udain Sap in Puerto Paraíso. No teams, nothing but a supernatural power stepping up and stopping Team Puerto Paraíso. And it's so much sad to see that it's just stage 3 and still they are getting eliminated because of the Blue Zone. Because they have no healings. What are they going to do? ASC losing logic. Just like the last game. Team Tempest starting early, starting well. 3 eliminations for them. And the team who gets a winner chicken dinner in Erangel has a threat of getting eliminated in the initial stages of the very next game. That's not really happening with Team Tempest, that's clear. Gojo takes down LSD. SOG. Well, the confirmation hasn't been seeked yet by Gojo. Maybe that frag got stolen. No, LSD is still knocked out. And that is going to be Team 1 Tap Romania. But Gojo being mauled by that cover spray coming in from the other players. That's Dennis from 1 Tap Romania. Adino as well. Amrit gets knocked out on the other end. So it will keep happening. It will keep happening. Players of Udain Sap will keep on getting knocked out. Gojo gets knocked out. SOG quite unlucky because they didn't get that frag. And at the same time, Gojo closed in just to get that confirmation. And him getting knocked out. That's devastating for SOG. JD Blaze is going to risk everything to save Gojo because if now SOG faces 2 casualties from here, half of the game is over then. They'll be losing half of their team. They'll be completely submissive in the upcoming stages. That's what they don't want. Babino is out. Dennis is the last player surviving. LSD, he gives up. Well, he bleeds out to death. And that will be 2nd elimination point coming in for SOG. GC still in Picado. What are they doing? Well, they're going to measure the distance and move as fast as they can. Because now, stage 4 is going to initiate. And if you don't have healings, it will be game over for you. Udain Sap, are they eliminated from this game? That is so sad to see that Udain Sap started out so well. Usually they don't get a good start. But when they do get a good start, something comes in between. And this time it was Blue Zone. So, I always say Udain Sap is a kind of team who has a potential. Who has the potential, but somewhere they lack in luck. That's what I've noticed most of the times. Again, Assassin Crime. Team AC taking on Team All-Seeing Guy. Pregnant is the last man standing. So much responsibilities on him, and he will be taken down by Crazy there. Assassin Crime eliminating Team ASC. That's a deja vu because this happened in the last game as well. Second moves for a centralized shift. You gotta cross that bridge now. Do it now if you're not involved in a fight. Because if you waste any more seconds, that bridge will be blocked. And then maybe you'll have to swim. QRX into rotational flashes. Scary Hacker gets knocked out. That bridge is the main problem. He was just trying to get into that gap so that he could have gotten that revival. That didn't happen. Tinder. They keep on moving. But his position is unrevealed. Still sitting in the corner. Boga. There's a huge spray on Tinder. Finds no connection there. His teammate was trying to just sneak into that gap so that he could get that revival. But that didn't happen. And now it's just about time because just 40 seconds are remaining. Elip Esports is so much close to V. And V takes down one. The flash comes in immediately. Just 3 bullets in that S12K. Victoria, you don't have much time. And we will be taken down by Victoria. Now, Victoria gotta run. You gotta run as fast as you can. This blue zone is winning this race. Yuki Marion. Oh, wow, what a burst that was. FL68. Just surviving on 10 HPs. Babarazzi. Badman finishing Dennis. One tap Romania. They're out. They're eliminated on 10 position. FL68 is so much away from his teammates, but the circle favors him. He's the solo man who is in a safe spot right now. And SOG Sturm, he has some other plans. But Yukimura on Esports, they'll be regrouping pretty much easily. And Cherme has drawn the attention of his opponents towards him. And moving towards the circle now is a huge question. And Termi gets knocked out because of the blue zone. Now, he didn't get knocked out. Gojo gets knocked out because of the blue zone. He's still alive. He's still healing. But the question is, how much healings does he have? Gojo gets finished out because of the blue zone. Udain Sap, surprisingly, they're not eliminated from this game. Wow. Udain Sap, they're still in this game. That is surprising. They rose from the dead. Till now, I was thinking that Udain Sap was eliminated, but no. That was my confusion, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm really sorry for that. They're not eliminated. They're still in this game. There's still one player is alive. Victoria's out. And Tinder thought that there is a player right in front of him, but that's not true. But Viziano inside waters, and maybe he'll drone to death. And yep, that will happen. He won't give his frag to his opponents. No freebies will be distributed. And QRX Esports saw that happening. Well, Tempest Esports maintained the pace in this game. 4 of the players are alive, made it to the top 6. And maybe Tempest Esports is the strongest team in this lobby because they have all their 4 players alive. The Yukimiri on Esports, they are hungry for a winner chicken dinner. Because in the last game, they made a fumble. Third party coming in. Sentinel knocking down Scary. Rain will be taken down by Hutch. And QRX Esports lives to see another day. Tinder has to swim across this river. And maybe now QRX Esports will see their end. Hutch won't be able to make it to the mainland. But he can heal himself as long as he can. Taz trying to steal that frag. Scary gets finished out because of blue. Hutch gets 3 more first aids for him. And, oh, Hutch will be taken down too by the blue zone. QRX Esports, they're eliminated on 4th position. Yukimura on Esports doing a great job in this game. 11 aliens. 11 aliens, that's a big number. Even Tempest Esports couldn't do that in the last Erangel game. Even after getting that winner chicken dinner. But Yukimura on Esports, they still have an opportunity to get more and more eliminations for them. And they can even overtake Tempest Esports on the points table. So, They have 5 more opponents present right in front of them. Udain Sap Esports. Well, luck will be favoring them a bit because Two-Face hasn't been seen by anybody. So he's still surviving. He's still in this game. So with 7 eliminations, if Udain Sap ends up getting #2 or a winner chicken dinner, that would carry them on the points table a lot. Paparazzi. He's low. Two-Face. He had a grenade in his hands. He's not moving much. So maybe Yukimiri on Esports won't get to know about Two-Face. And now he goes underwater. Badman is right in front of him. Is Two-Face gonna take that risk? I don't think so. Badman, he's sneaking out. Oh, that was risky. Badman could have seen Two-Face there. Well, that didn't happen. This is a weird circle, a really weird circle. Teams had to go through a lot. Two-Face will be taken down by Tast. He was testing his opponent's patience there. Well, maybe he was running out of breaths too. That's why he had to come up and take a breathe. And that's when Tast saw him. So it's a 3v4 fight, ladies and gentlemen. Yukimiri on Esports. Or it will be Team Tempest again. Getting back-to-back 2 winner chicken dinners. Yukimiri on Esports, they have numbers disadvantage. But they've been through a war in this game. And they've slayed each and every team they've met. They're stage 7. And Tempest Esports now trying to create an opening with those grenades. It's gonna be a long range. No connections will be made for now. Yukimiri on Esports taking the initiative, trying to create an angle. That was a great bait. The Badman didn't have many angles there. Didn't see much pixels to knock down the players of Tempest Esports. Those grenades coming in from FL68 from the side angles. This time that grenade goes on Fresh of Tempest. That was a close call. FL68 might have got knocked out, but Pop will be seen. Pop gets knocked out. Yukimiri on Esports showing no mercy. Paparazzi now steps up. The man, the myth, who has contributed most finishes in this game. Now, he will be taking things in his hands. FL68 still needs a moment to heal himself. And yep, he will heal himself successfully. Badman still providing that cover from the back end areas. Havoc is not present inside the circle. Badman steps up. Havoc goes with a random spray. Seeks no connection there. Tast inside that smoke. Fresh gets knocked out. Will be taken down by FL68. The grenades coming in. But what is FL68 made of? He is just not getting knocked out. And the final connections will be made. And that's such a brilliant play by Yukimiri on Esports. None of their players got knocked out. They were not at all under pressure. No issues will be faced. And Yukimiri on Esports stands unfazed after this Miramar war. What a finish. I hope you all guys have enjoyed, and if yes, make sure to hit that like button and the subscribe button. We'll be taking a short break, and right after the break, we'll be right back. Alright, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for match number 3, and it is Rondo time. Here we go! Well, this is Arcanic Esports Sunday Funday, ladies and gentlemen, and it's time for match number 3, which is going to be Rondo. Flight path number 1, initiating from Bailey, finishing off towards the western regions of Thin Long Garden. The second flight path, initiating from Fongtun, and finishing off towards Jardana City. So 2 flight paths, but still difficult to head towards New York's factory for the teams. Yulin is the kind of drop location which can be trusted right now, but all the teams heading towards Yulin, it will be so much chaotic. And then getting eliminations for yourself and your team, that becomes chaotic too. So more teams, more chaos, more difficulties. Kelly Crew heading towards Yulin, and that's Team Uday and Sap who's heading towards Yulin too. First circle initiated favoring Yulin region, so it's all about Yulin in this Rondo game. This Rondo is all about Yulin. That's it. Nothing else. And teams will be pretty much patient as well now to initiate fights, because since Yulin is present inside the circle, there's no blue zone pressure on them. But Team Killer Crew, Kazi was pretty much separated, and there was no need to do that. You could have just dropped along with your teammates, so that's a mistake made by Kazi, and he'll immediately pay for it. Team Assassin Crime in the back end area is pretty much separated. They are pretty much isolated, so first they'll get enough amount of loot for themselves, and after that they'll start fighting. SCP Esports had two terrible games. SCP Esports, well, in the first game they got #2, but I mean, there was no collaboration between players. Players were just minding their own business and just kept okay, secured #2, did nothing, just held his position. So that's not the way you play. So yeah, they've had 2 bad games. Now let's see what they do from this Rondo. What they bring to the table in this Rondo game, that needs to be seen. And this Sunday Funday, so the winner takes it all. So if you want to get that #1 for yourself, you need to hard press the accelerator. You need to gear shift. You need to get as many finishes as you can. Mycock is closing in. Throne runs back and Throne gets knocked out. Flush will come in immediately. Well, Gerasimos go for that grenade. Mycock right in front of Gerasimos. Flushed out his teammate. Gerasimos won't make a mistake. The grenade bothered Mycock more. The flush comes in immediately. Milk, Chol Momo, the duo surviving from Team NXT in these particular areas. V2 of ALP Esports will have to be a bit submissive. He gets knocked out, and maybe he'll be flushed out too. Yukimiri on Esports who got a fabulous winner chicken in the last game. Now, this is how you get a winner chicken dinner. You dominate. You get eliminations. You get placements. You get everything. So Yukimiri on. FL68 was about to get knocked out. The help arrives immediately. And Maxtro knocking down Mako. He almost knocked out 2 players there. When Maxtro gets knocked out by Badman of Yukimiri on Esports, Badman even lost a tremendous amount of his HP, so that was a close call. Maxtro will be flushed out. Well, Maxtro will give up. And the recall phase is now over. Meanwhile, Team Killer Crew, they're in the outer skirts of Yulin. Maybe they're trying to backstab Team Yukimiri on Esports, and that will be fun to watch. SCP Axel gets knocked out. So SCP is supposed to now. They were holding, but now they're into fight against Team NXT. Joe Momo will be taken down too, so Team NXT, their recall phase is over here. 3 eliminations coming in for Team SCP, and this is probably the best start they've gotten out of 3 games. Mako gets knocked out. Yukimiri on Esports looks like they're on back foot. QRX, well, he'll be seen in the outer skirts of Yulin, and he's the man who has challenged him. Yukimiri on Esports. Hutch with that fabulous grenade makes stunning connections there. And Hutch trying to close in and get that flush. Uh-oh, ABZ knocking down Hutch. Tinder gets knocked out as well. The help arrives immediately, and none of the players of QRX Esports is present on the recall tower. So this is over-aggressive gameplay which we are seeing from QRX Esports. Yukimirion, are all their players here present in the hotspot in the fighting zone? Meko needs a revival, but that wouldn't happen. And QRX Esports, they're about to get eliminated. Pesa closed in of Killer Crew. Yeah, that was unexpected. Pesa immediately closes in. And despite of knowing that there are multiple threats here, Pesa didn't show any kind of hesitation. But Hacker steps up, and he has the S12K. So Pesa, he needs to control his pixels. Goes for the pre-fire again. Hacker is closing in. And Hacker will be taken down. That assistance will be provided to Pesa. That was a very close call. Hacker almost took down Pesa in bare HPs. He almost pulled off a miracle here. And that will be QRX Esports. And this is the second time QRX Esports is getting eliminated first. In their angle, it happened the same. They got eliminated very first. And here in Rondo as well, the same story. They become the first team to get eliminated from this game. 1-3-4, what's wrong with them? Zavo is out. 2 eliminations will be seen by Shelby. 3, but not 2. So yeah, even 1-3-4 Esports, even though they've lost Zaivu, it's absolutely fine. They'll press the recall beacon. And Zaivu is back into business. Hades on the other end. Hades gets knocked out. HWT. They're out of the circle. And Hades will be caught off guard by Team NXT. Absolutely. And so much hugely separated right now Team NXT is. They can surround the players of Team HWT. That can happen. We gets knocked out. ALEP Esports as well. Meanwhile, they're into action. And they'll be getting an elimination here. That was maybe Sentinel? Or Mahakal, that was. Mahakal is playing for Team HWT. He's out of this game. Mahakal got knocked out there. That will be a Team FR. Team HWT, they were widely separated, but they forgot that this is Rondo. And third parties is the most common thing happening here. And they got third party by Team FR. And that's the end. HWT. They're eliminated from this game. They're eliminated on 17th position. So another bad game for HWT as well. SOG. High expectations from SOG, but they haven't been showing up till now. Termi gets knocked out. Last game was pretty much decent for them, but the blue zone all of a sudden they're messing up everything for them. All the hard work they did. And that's the reason why maybe they couldn't perform well in the last game. Well, the circle which was formed, that was pretty much unexpected and out of the box. And maybe teams don't have the habit to deal with such kind of a circle in Miramar. Because it completely favored the southern edge. So Bridges came into the role to access the circle. And that's the reason why a lot of teams, they got eliminated because of the blue zone. Last game was exhausting. It was frustrating for players too. Mike Hawk. Last week surviving. Logic goes for the grenade. Mike Hawk trying to change that angle. Logic dodges it brilliantly. Calm and composed. ASE knows they have a strong grip over this fight. They should not mess up here. Even losing a player would be a crime now. Logic dodges that grenade again. Does Frag Knight has a chance to get recalled back into this game? Mike Hawk closing in. And since this is a 1v1 with Logic, the players are just providing assistance from the back end areas. Maybe Mike Hawk will try to push and just he'll try to take down the closest threat possible. That is Logic. Been trying his very best till now, but Logic very smartly baiting Mike Hawk. NXT's out. They're eliminated on 16th position. It's time for stage 3 to get initiated, and now the elimination feed is gonna run like anything. Circle moves for a southeastern shift. SCP is inside the circle, and SCP is the team. It's got a great start in the recall phase. Just 3 eliminations, but this is the best they've played till now. Assassin Crime, they are being surrounded by ALEP Esports. Well, I don't know what's happening with Assassin Crime as well. This team has the potential, but maybe they're not able to survive. They're not able to rotate well. So the IGL needs to do his job. And in this Rondo game, Assassin Crime didn't get a really good start. Just 1 elimination for them. And in Rondo, I mean, in the recall phase, if you have half dozen of elimination, at least half dozen of elimination, so that's when the pressure is less on you, and maybe you can capitalize in the later on stages of the Rondo. But if you have less amount of eliminations, that thing, pushes you towards desperation, and that's where you can, lose your players. So that's what has happened with Team Assassin Crime. 134 Esports versus Team Alip. 134 will keep on moving. Alip is bothering them, especially 9. He's so much low. Killer Crew. Lost Kazi during rotation. And maybe Kazi did it again. We saw it while dropping as well. Killer Crew Kazi, he dropped pretty much separately. And he got taken down there. And here as well, Kazi may be pushing a rotational clash, which was unnecessary there, because the rest of the players of Killer Crew, they were moving, they didn't stop. But Kazi was the only man who stopped and got taken down. But one thing is true, that he doesn't have a recall here. So Killer Crew, they have to proceed with just 3 players. But yeah, again, Kazi did the same mistake, and Killer Crew is paying for that. And Rondo is the kind of a map you need numbers advantage in the end circuits, because you have to do a lot of work. Because there are a lot of players surviving in the end stages. So in order to deal with that, you need manpower advantage. FR versus ASC, Logic. Just moving. Team FR was watching him very closely, his each and every move. But ASC just holding on the edge. Maybe Logic is waiting for his teammates to come. Circo moves for a sudden shift. It's stage 4. 134 has a terrific position inside the circle. But this is just a small stable. And you're exposed from each and every direction. And especially right now, if you talk about Team LX, they are looking at Team AC. But Cam going for the K9 shot connection. He doesn't have much ammo there. That's why he selected K9 as a long-range weapon. And he tried to connect that shot on Smoker. But Smoker stopped in such an open area. What was he thinking about? No grenade connections. Smoker has to get out of here. And this is a position you would never want to put yourself into. ASC Chris gets knocked out. So all seeing guys. Again. Sorrow, sadness because they're losing players. Fighters against GC. Coming up from the edge. And the teams deep inside the circle won't really bother ASC for now. That's a good thing. But how long? How long can ASC survive here? Outsiders, they've been a really underrated team till now. No eliminations. Rondo, where you get a privilege of recall. Because of, despite of that, you have no elimination. That's a kind of, poor thing. The team outsiders, the Irango wasn't great for them. And then Miramar, they fumbled there too. And then in Rondo, when they had the opportunity to get eliminations in the initial stages, they compromised with that. So recall phase wasn't that great for team outsiders. And now they are still hesitating to initiate fights. They were thinking about fighting team LX. But still they're waiting for the shift of the circle. They'll go for that slamming on LX. And if that compound turns out to be out of the circle, that would be a waste of time. So they need to fight for something which will favor them or benefit them in the future stages. Well, SOG, they're out. Termi was surrounded by players and he will see his end. SOG gets eliminated on 13th position. 12 teams, 38 players are now live. Crazy on the other end. Oh, immediately he'll be flushed out. So BKL is going to be a hard rotation for them. It won't come easy. Jazema gets knocked out. SCP Esports dealing with 2 teams at a time. And this is what happens when a lot of players are alive, especially in Rondo. It is exhausting. Sage 5 moves for a Western ship. 134 right at the center of the circle. Team outsiders. Did they start moving? BKL reflects straight up heading towards a recall tower. This is stage 5 and the recalls are still on. This is a huge surprise. A Reflect gets knocked out. SCP Esports Axel was watching Reflect really very closely. And you're not gonna get eliminated if you don't save crazy. You have to understand that. BKL Esports, BLK Esports, losing now the 2 players just to save crazy. But Neon, can he go for a clutch? K6 gets knocked out. SCP Esports, now they're more alert. K6 hasn't been flushed out yet. Neon knows about Axel. He heard those footsteps coming. But Neon moves too. Neon is panicking. And Capo. Oh, that's Axel who'll put in the final nail in the coffin. Neon is out. BKL. BLK, they're eliminated on 11th position. 10 teams. 29 players. 4 eliminations coming in for Team Outsiders. But how are they gonna deal with that third party coming in from Team AC? And seems like Legend is the last man standing for Outsiders. And he will be taken down there. So that's the end. Outsiders, they're eliminated on 10th position. Smoker making a stunning shot connection despite of having low ground disadvantage there. He can make anything happen. Urain Sap had a great day till now. This exact moment. But now I guess that was Caster's curse, which is affecting them. Amrit, you need to win this fight, and he will do so! Urain Sap survives! And revival will be provided to all the players. Two-Face will be the first guy as he's so much low. So Urain Sap makes it to the top 8. Good amount of elims as well. Kindi, what were you thinking there? Kindi was trying to access that airdrop. Kindi was trying to get a height advantage, a high ground view. And Kindi won't be allowed to do that. That is Havoc. And he's a player of Tempest Esports. Tempest Esports had 2 great games for them. 8 elims out of this one. 6 elims for Urain Sap. Yukimirion just playing with 2 players. But, you know, numbers disadvantage is the last thing Yukimirion cares about. They don't give a damn they have numbers disadvantage or not. Madman gets knocked out. SCP Esports, that is. Yukimirion down to 1 player. Havoc gets knocked out too. Tempest Esports, they are not bothered there. Paparazzi will be taken down. That's the end. Urain Sap putting an end to Team Yukimirion Esports. They get eliminated on 7th position. That's a decent play. A decent game. FR. They're pinned right on the edge. And it's so much difficult for them to move because there's so many teams that are going to go for that spray right at the same moment. And who will get that frag? It will be Urain Sap. Amrit getting the final one. Finishing Shakid. And that's the end. Oh, wow. Smoker knocking down Tast. Oh, my goodness. SCP Esports, they're on fire. SCP with 12 eliminations. They are burning this map to death. Urain Sap versus Team Tempest. Because of the third party, one of the players got knocked out. Amrit Bolte gets knocked out. Two-Face closing in. And Havoc is going to get trapped. And that's the end. Tempest Esports gets eliminated on 3rd position. Urain Sap. This will probably be their first winner chicken in front of my eyes. I just want to see that happening. It's against Team SCP. SCP has the circle advantage too. They'll be ordering those flare covers, those Doritos. But these grenades are going to bother them. Scar creating that opening, knocking down Axo. And now it's time for him to close in. Not just 1 opening has been created there. Oh, right through the smoke. Chizema steps up, stops Scar right there. Now, Alpha, you need to understand the seriousness of the situation. Urain Sap needs this winner chicken dinner. Alpha finding 5 grenades can be the turning point of this fight. 5 grenades. 3 grenades needs to make connection. Oh my goodness. Josema knocking down Alpha. And it's just Two-Face now. So again, I won't be able to see Urain Sap getting a winner chicken dinner. That is just heartbreaking for me. Two-Face is low. And will be taken down by Josema. It is all over. SCP nails it. Winner chicken dinner with a total of 16 elims. That's such a brilliant play. And that's the end, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys have enjoyed. And if yes, make sure to hit that like button and that subscribe button. We'll be taking a short break and we'll be coming back with match number 4. It's going to be Erangel, and Erangel is going to be really very chaotic. For that, you'll need to like and subscribe. We'll be right back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is Arcanic Sunday Funday. It's time for match number 4. It's gonna be Erangel, and this is gonna be a brutal map. This is gonna be a brutal match. Because I know teams are gonna go nuts, absolutely crazy in this last match. And it's a competition now between teams who gets the most amount of finishes. It's not about winner, chicken dinner, because already there is just one team winning and probably 15 teams losing. So those all 15 teams are gonna try to take down that one team who's winning right now. Whoever knows the points table shall try to drop clash. Well, Udainsa heading to its query regions. Eukamerion, maybe they're heading to its Gatka. SOG, they're heading to its Primos. No signs of team heading to its Sosnovo Combinator base. Killer Crew, maybe they're heading towards the bridge. One thing is true, that LX is heading towards Georgiapol Western City because they've grabbed that Western Edge highway. So they'll find a vehicle there, and their strategy is pretty much clear. First circle, well, Rain Sab, they don't need to go anywhere. They are deep inside the circle because circle is favoring them. The first circle favors the western regions of Erangel map. Get cut deep inside the circle. SOT is deep inside the circle because Primosk is present too. KK right on the edge, that is Team Killer Crew. Well, it's about eliminations, who gets the most, so the circle doesn't really play a huge role because we are not gonna reach the 7th or 8th circle like the last game or the Miramar game or the Erangel game. It's gonna be very much quick, so ladies and gentlemen, don't blink, because if you blink, you'll miss it. Shady might be taken down. Shade might be taken down. Got a PB Bison there. Crazy. Maybe he won't try to close in. He'll be getting assistance from his teammates because A is the complete lineup. They haven't maintained a split yet. All the players dropping very closely and would try to give as much as go as they can to each other. NXT Esports, where did they go? Uh-oh, Chomo is the last man standing. He doesn't even have a weapon there. And a fight coming in from a small compound where 3 teams are present right now. Beto, he's running for his life. Kindi takes him down. Alep Esports, they are losing their pace in this fight. They're losing their momentum. They're losing themselves. Max Troll, he's usually separated. And he's all alone. Tiramisu will be finished with that dagger. Well, NXT Esports, Chol Momo will be finished by Shakid. And it's a 1v2. So, Team FR, they don't have all of their players. No, they have all their 4 players alive. And those 2 players right now in shelter. So, it was Kindi and ICU who dominated the small compound because they got the weapons before their opponents. Milta is the hot spot right now. All eyes on Milta because there are a lot of teams present here. 3 teams, a triple threat fight, and who'll win it? Will it be Team AC, Assassin's Crime, BLK? They don't have really a good spot for them. Team Outsiders versus Team 134. Insane. Isn't that gallery? Shelby, what are you doing, Shelby? That's not a good move. It's a big by Hacky J. Frost running for his life. Enters that panic room. 1 grenade would end things for him. Frost gets knocked out. Hacky J with a furious clutch. Furious 1v2. And Shelby giving an easy chance to his opponents. But 9! Didn't reveal his position till now. And all of a sudden now 9 shows up. That was a surprise. And Outsiders, they might lose a player. Lilith will be first out. There's no chance Lilith is surviving from that. Can Zivu at least take down 2 players in close range? Zivu has a grenade, goes for the revival. Hakeje will be knocked out. Zivu goes for the jump shot, switches onto the barrel, connects again. Pixel Peak was prioritized there. Zivu is panicking. While Zivu finds himself in a safe spot. Zivu is moving fantastically. Oh, this time Zivu gets knocked out. He was moving fantastically. And he was outnumbered there. But 9 just has to go for a 1v2. And there was no need to stop way back. 9 could have went closer. It's a 1v2. One of the players have been knocked out. You wouldn't want to turn this into a 1v2. But 9 is now stepping down. He's pretty much double-minded and underconfident at this point. Pregnite is out. ASC losing their one player. Well, even worse, AC losing 2. Neon in close range. Smoker doesn't know. Neon stabbed him in his back. Well, Smoker is right in front of you, Neon. And all the teams have faced 2 casualties. ASC, they are squaring up upon Crazy. Can he jump back and get some amount of cover from his teammate? Yep, he'll try to do so. And now Neon has to keep those sprays pinpoint. Those sprays needs to be sharp. That's the only way Crazy can survive. Chris steps up. Crazy connects that Scorpion, takes down 1 player. He was just left with 7 ammo. And Logic is the last man standing. And ASC is about to get eliminated. But Smoker interferes and makes things worse for BRK. And Logic, he saw that happening. He saw everything. And that frag will be stolen. But Neon, he's going after Smoker now. He was busy giving cover to his teammate. Smoker finally reloads his Uzi. And Neon made a blunder there too. Because while Smoker was reloading his Uzi, he had a chance to connect that shotgun. But he couldn't do so. So Smoker takes him down and punishes him for his terrible mistake. But now it's going to be ASC versus Team AC Smoker. It's a 1v3 fight. 1-3-4, they're eliminated from this game. And yep, the first circle has been very much chaotic till now. We've seen a lot of fights. Udain Saab versus SOG happening inside the circle, second stage. Circle moves for an eastern shift. That was pretty much expected because the war areas are being favored by the circle. SCP, but they're in contention. That's the reason why SCP is going to play with absolute cautiousness. They won't be doing any experiments like the other teams. That thing is true. But yeah, SOG, they're squaring up upon Team Udain Sap. They're trying to surround this compound. And Amrit is pretty much away from his teammate. Scar is the only guy inside this compound. And if SOG gets to know this, they're gonna go all in. Scar is counting his final breaths here inside this compound. It's gonna be a 1v4 fight. Udain Sap needs to hurry up and close in as soon as possible, or they're gonna face a casualty here. Last game, they got a hashtag 2. Udain Sap is in contention, maybe. Or maybe not, because Miramar, they got hashtag 3 last game. Hashtag 2. Viper, what? He couldn't see Two-Face. He was sitting right in front of his face, right in front of his eyes. And Two-Face, he missed it. Scar, that was. I'm sorry. Scarf missed it. He was sitting right in front of his opponent's eyes. And his opponent didn't have his eyes on him. I mean, Scar. His opponent couldn't see him. He missed again there. Did the same thing, but finally he connects. Scar knocking down a player, but F4 spams that mini 14. Look at Gojo, how low he is. And now Alpha is the last man standing. Viper finishing Umbrit. And situation is slipping out of Team Udain Sap's hands. Can Alpha do it? Can he go for a 1v3? Alpha losing his HP because of the grenade. Goes for that grenade. Spams that S12K. But from the sidelines, Gojo will do the job. Alpha will be taken down, and that's the end. SOG eliminates Team Udain Sap on 13th position. That was a roller coaster ride. At one point, Udain Sap, they were having an advantage in this fight. They were having a dominant hand over Team SOG. But then Team SOG, they stepped up. And brilliant communication between the players. And that's why they won this fight. Chris gets knocked out because of the blue zone. ASC, are they going to save their player? So much time they've been spending here in Milta. And yep, Chris will be saved. He has no healings. Logic has. Shade has 13 bandages, so maybe his teammate will borrow those bandages from him. Tempest Esports versus Team FR. And Team FR can think about this fight because Tempest Esports, they're the head of the table probably now. And if FR ends up winning this fight, surely, I mean, that will be a huge accomplishment for them. Eliminating the team which is the head of the table. That's like putting salt on the wound. And FR Esports is even trying to take initiative right now. Team Tempest, Havoc, trying to get some angles from the sideline. And the teams are traveling right now, so there's a risk for Havoc. Teams while moving can catch him off guard and turn him into a crit. Shakid slow. In Maka, Shakid fighting. Contest of burst right now between the players of Team FR and Tempest. Havoc gets knocked out of Team SCP. They were in Nowhere Up Noi, I believe. And SCP, even they are delaying their rotation so much. I guess Capo is not in this game. So he'll be brought into a safe area and he'll be provided a revival, which is brilliant by Team SCP. SOG Viper on the other end gets knocked out. Uh-oh, the last player is going to be Gojo for Team SOG. Elimination is near. Because Yukimiri on Esports is stepping up and they're closing in. Gojo doesn't even have a chance to revive his teammate. Badman will be tortured by those bullets. Gojo will be putting in a fine spray there. Good effort. But Gojo now needs to run. But he aborts that. And he will step up for fight. But he won't succeed. And SOG Esports, they're eliminated on 12th position. Now 11 teams and 33 players are surviving. Team LX had a bad time through all the games. Even in this last triangle, they couldn't do much. In the first triangle as well, they couldn't do much. And now they're about to get eliminated. Just one last player surviving, and already Akim, he has given an invitation to Team Tempest. Come and eliminate him. Shakid! Over that Uzi will be knocking down Tempest, steps up, changes his weapon, uses that M416, and knocks down Pop of Tempest Esports. And I guess that's... And Havoc is the dual surviving for Tempest Esports. Shakid has already done a 1v2. Goes for those grenades. Tempest is so much low. Splash damage coming in by the grenade. Iziano gets knocked out. Havoc shows up. 2v2 fight it is. But Havoc gets knocked out. Team Outsiders from behind. Making the situation much more difficult for Team Tempest. They cannot bounce back from it even if they want to. Because right after this fight is over, Outsiders will show up into this compound. So whoever wins this fight, they have to be prepared for a third party. SCP Esports, they are rotating from the back end areas. That was K6. And Outsiders, are they trying to chase? Or Outsiders, they're closing in for a third party? Not yet. Time is yet to come. ICU finishes, stats, and that's the end. Tempest Esports gets eliminated on 11th position. 80 limbs coming in for Team FR. Outsiders not showing up. And that's a wise decision in my opinion. Because that would have been a 4v4 fight. And Outsiders, do they have all their players alive? Or they face a casualty? Well, they've lost Lilith. And that would have been a really bad decision to go for a slam on a 4-player strong team. And Shunt gets knocked out. So Outsiders till now, they've been maintaining a split. Shunt was closely watching that fight. That's why he couldn't close in. And the worst part is he is knocked out. So he will be finished out too by Shakid with the run over. Hakije and Legend is the dual surviving for Team Outsiders. And now they're thinking. They're pretty much confused. Should they initiate this fight or should they not? Killer Crew versus Yukimiri on Esports. This is going to be a fight to watch. 4v4, a head-to-head fight. And Killer Crew, initiating this fight on a positive way, in a positive way. But Meko gets knocked out because of the third party, and this will surely favor Killer Crew. The revival is being provided to FL6. Babarazzi doing a great job there. Badman is providing cover, providing assistance, guarding his teammates. Meko, he won't be saved, that is true. Mech, that is. Alright, Mech 0019 will be saved. Won't be saved here. ASC Logic putting him to sleep. Badman knocks down ABC. So Ikiromeri on Esports. Who are they going to fight against? Is it going to be Team ASC or is it going to be Team Killer Crew? And for now, I guess Yukimura on Esports, they are going after Team Killer Crew because they are having those properties under them. So that real estate would be really profitable for Yukimura on Esports if they be able to secure it. I don't find that happening.
ABC gets knocked out. Badman again. Brings in some positivity, some result. Barabadzi. He closes in. FL68 knocking down Pesa. So Killer Crew is now just 2 players are alive. And out of 2, 1 has been knocked out, I guess. Yup. It's Ghazi who is knocked out. Failure must be the last ray of hope. Barabadze won't waste time. Use that Molotov to flush out Ghazi. Failure right in the next house. Inside that red building. Climb up that rooftop. Well, he has to watch his back because ASE Esports is right there. And if they see him, he won't be able to fight Ikumiri on Esports. He'll be eliminated by ASE. Kazi will be flushed out. Failure. Last player surviving. And this fight has drawn so much attention towards this compound. Look at how many teams are in the outer skirts of this compound. ASE right in the back end areas, and I guess that was Team Outsiders. 2 teams watching this fight very closely. You cannot get out of this mess. Failure goes for the spray. FL68 is low. Won't do the job. FR going after Team SCP. Kappa gets knocked out. K6 gets knocked out too. Axel right in the corner. Finishes the player. Axel reloads that S12K but got a bit late. And Axel will be put to sleep. And Team FR. They'll be getting 13 eliminations in this game. SCP Esports, they're eliminated on 7th position. Just 1 profitable game out of 3. Just that Rondo was great for them. And that too because of the recall phase. The recall phase surely gave them confidence. And they got good eliminations in the initial stage. And then they maintained the pace. And good circle anticipation by the IGL of Team SCP as well. So a lot of job was done in a proper manner in Rondo. And that's why SCP ended up getting that winner chicken dinner. And that too with just 1 casualty. So 3 of the players were alive in the end circle. And Team Udain Sab, they were eliminated pretty easily by Team SCP. So now the next circle is about to begin. This is stage 5, I believe. Yup. Circle moves for a northern shift. HWB. In this last game, I guess, they're going to show their true colors. But till now, they've been more out of action. Rather than fighting. Well, as compared to Team FR, they've done nothing till now. ALP spells with 0 elims. Maxtra is still surviving. Just 1 elimination has been secured by Team HWD till now. It's going to be criminal. And FR is looking for players. Kindy shows up. Gets information. Goes back to his teammates. Tells them that, yep, 4 players in this compound. Square up here as soon as possible. But Kindy collecting more information. There are just 2 players inside that compound. 2 players are in the back end areas. HWD right now is maintaining a 2-2 split. But you never know. They might regroup. Because they know a team is... all the teams are playing aggressive and someone just comes closer and checks out on you. That's clearly a message. They're going to come back. The solo player is going to come back with his teammates. With his company. And that's not going to be good. So yeah. HWD, they're going to bring their players... into that compound as soon as possible. Shakid with that opening created. Babybot gets knocked out. Mahakal is solo. LM10, Criminal, where are you? Well, they are still waiting in the back end areas. Why wait in the back end areas when you can close in? Barabadzi. He'll be spotted. Barabadzi is low. So FR has the threat of being third-partied by Yukumiri on Esports. But Barabadzi, his teammates are fighting somewhere else. FL68, Batman, they're so much separated. Even they're present inside the circus. So I guess they won't leave this real estate just to help their teammate Barabazi. And Barabazi, I guess his vehicle is out of fuel. That's why he had to wait here. And Kindy knew it. Kindy knew that there was a player across the ridge. Barabazi gets knocked out. Kindy will get the frag too. Barabazi gave up. So Barabazi appreciates the efforts of Kindy. Team FR, they're on rampage. They're mauling this lobby. LM10 is the last. Not the last. Criminal gets knocked out. Now LM10 is the last one standing. Team FR. They're everywhere. And where was this gameplay till now? Why? Just in the last game. Why couldn't they do this before? In the first angle. They could have been the head of the table. With this brutality till now. Well, now only 3 teams and a total of 7 players are alive. Outsiders versus FR versus Camarion Esports. Another good game coming in for Camarion Esports. And you never know, they have 12 eliminations. If they get a winner chicken dinner, this will be their second one out of 4. So there is a probability that Yukimiri Esports might end up getting those $20 because the winner takes it all. You have to get that hashtag win as... I mean, you have to get that win, hashtag one for yourself on the points table. There's no other option there. Hashtag 2 isn't getting anything. Just the winner. This is Arcanic Sunday Funday, ladies and gentlemen. Batman prioritizing those grenades on Shaki. Does he know that there is a player around him? Is trying to target him with those grenades. Batman does a great job there. Shakid gets knocked out. And there's still a hope, but Batman gets knocked out. Arviziano does a fabulous job with that grenade. FL68 moves a bit closer. Throws a grenade. Kindi shows up. Arviziano from the back end areas. Well, he's ready to provide the best cover to his teammates. Provide the best assistance to his teammates. But Kindi takes things in his hands or her hands, and Kindi ends it. Yukimiri on Esports gets eliminated on 3rd position. So definitely this is going to be a winner chicken dinner for Team FR. But what if Team Outsiders is legend? He does something legendary and unexpected here. You never know. Kindi knows where legend is. Just spams that S12K right through the smoke. Becomes a smoke criminal in a savage way. Team FR ends this game and gets this winner chicken dinner with 22 damn eliminations. If they had done this before, then probably they would have been the head of the table. If they had done this in the first game, or maybe in the second. In the second game, they got that winner chicken dinner. If they had done this in the first, no, not a winner chicken dinner. Well, that was Yukimiri on Esports. So I confused them with Yukimiri. I confused them with Yukimiri. But if they had done this in the first 3 games, then the scenario on the points table would have been completely different. Brilliant play by Yukimiri, maintaining the consistency. This is the first game they fumbled, and probably the Rondo too. But Miramar Rangle were fantastic. Team Outsiders, probably the best performance of Sunday Funday. ASC, they've been trying a lot, but always something going against them. BLK Sports getting eliminated first. All the games weren't that great. Didn't go as per their expectations, which is fine. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this was the last game, and I'm signing off. We'll be meeting next week in Sunday Fundays, or probably tomorrow with some new events. Till then, you all take a fine rest. Bye bye, good night, and take care.